Well, we have a baby, and I'm excited to introduce him to you guys. He came into this world with a little bit of drama. I want to go ahead and tell you that story today and introduce you to our new son. You're watching the Jordan Michael Tuesday Show. So we had this baby 8 days late when we put our last big announcement video out. That was our due date. And now we ended up going way beyond the due date, 8 days. Juliana's been at the hospital last night, and we're going to get her and take her home. We got to pick her up in 2 hours, so it's going to be a bit of a chaotic morning. Getting the house ready for her, and just getting ready to go over to the hospital. Do you like the baby brother?
I like baby brother's pajamas on.
Yeah, you like his pajamas on?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you pick him up so he can have them? What do you think, Gabrielle? You excited to take the baby home?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing, girls?
Folding.
Why?
Because the baby's coming home.
We want to make the house nice.
And I've got to make this bed because we were supposed to have the baby at home. Didn't quite work out that way. Juliana and I are both under the weather today. Our whole family has been a little sick. So, complications, but you know, the Lord is good. Baby's safe. Juliana's safe. I'm thankful. We got 3 of these at a baby shower. Which one will be his favorite? That looks pretty good, right? But I really don't like making beds. Seems like a counterproductive activity.
Yeah.
Brianna, you clean it up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You excited to see the baby?
Yeah.
Well,
Did you get the bouquet?
Yeah, but there was a worm on one, and when I tapped it with the shoe, all its guts came out. So.
Ooh, so it's a beautiful bouquet?
No. Well, that's not.
It's kind of rotting because all the flowers outside are rotting, but it's pretty.
Let's see it.
It's not very good.
But it's still pretty.
Yeah. Melody, why are you eating cereal with chocolate milk?
Because I hate almond milk.
And that was all that's left?
Yeah, we used up the rest of the cow milk.
I
Oh.
hate almonds. They're disgusting.
She hates almond milk. We don't have almond milk left. And she's doing chocolate milk in her cereal. Give us a thumbs up. Got everything almost done, but we got to get to the car. And we don't want her in the parking lot in a wheelchair. All right, girls, you ready to see mommy?
Yeah.
You ready to see the baby?
Yeah.
All right. It's a lot nicer to take this road at the pace I'm taking it because 2 nights ago I think I was speeding most of the way and went through 3 red lights. So it was a bit of a scary drive, but not because someone's got an accident or anything, but just it was interesting. Okay, well, we've been sitting in the car probably about an hour and a half. 45 minutes?
I don't know.
We listened to a couple Adventures in Odyssey, and
Yeah, but they were skipping, so we kind of skipped.
what did you tell us about what you're making?
I'm trying to make him a more masculine hat because the one he has in here is pink.
Yeah,
Mostly pink.
we love pink for girls, but you know,
No pink for
no
boys.
pink for boys. No pink. Oh, okay. Natalie has just corrected me. The baby boy's skin is pink, so I guess he can wear that. Here she is.
And he
How does it feel to be out of the hospital?
Great. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. And what's his name?
This is Jonathan Michael.
Jonathan Michael. Jonathan Michael. Why did we pick Jonathan Michael?
The biggest reason was because Jonathan means gift of God. And I have a brother named Jonathan who's a really good role model, so we like that they share the same name.
And then we can call him Joe, Jonathan, Nathan, Nate,
Yeah, and I was a big...
Knucklehead. So we set out to have this baby at home. One of the ladies that helped deliver, Olivia, had a practice here where they deliver babies at home.
Yeah, and everything was going great. The prenatal appointments were great. She was very good. And then I went into labor on
October 12th.
So I was feeling labor-ish in the morning, but I really started having regular contractions around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the midwives got there in the evening, around 7 o'clock. We decided to break the water just because I was already so far along. We thought the baby was going to come pretty quickly after the water was
Everybody
broken.
did. So we're getting nervous because the water's broken, and Juliana's not going into
Pushing.
Juliana notices that there's some meconium, and the midwife said, well, that could be old. And then there's more meconium. And
Yeah.
I see the midwife get more concerned. And then there's more, and I went to call my sister just in case there was an emergency here. And I hear from the bedroom, Jordan, we need to go to the hospital.
That hospital is about a half an hour away, and I didn't want to get in the car, drive to the hospital. Being at that point of my labor, I was thinking this is gonna be so uncomfortable, and it's panicky, and I just didn't want to do that. But
And from my perspective,
we
all
had to
I
do,
heard
you
is
know?
we need to go to the hospital, and when the midwife says you need to go to the hospital, I guess I'm thinking like, is his heart rate about to stop?
they knew that just in case he needed help breathing, once he was born, the hospital has a NICU and everything available to help him if he did need extra help.
So we're very thankful that she was able to call it when she needed to call it. Race to the hospital. I'm going through I look both ways, go through 3 red lights.
He had his emergency blinkers on, so everybody knew, okay, there's an alarming thing going on here.
I think he wants mommy.
He only wants mommy right now.
Mommy kind of likes that, doesn't she?
I don't mind at all.
Yep, he likes mommy the best.
Well, she still likes it. But hey.
One of the midwives was a doula, and she was able to come with us to the hospital. She followed us all the way there just in case we had to pull over and have a baby on the side of the road, which I did not want to do. We made it to the hospital. There wasn't a lot of contractions in the car, thankfully. Once we got there, got out of the car, they started coming. Right as I got out of the car, I got one who walked in, the doula. She was great. She was just navigating. They had already called ahead and transferred us, so there was a room ready. And once we got there, the team started setting up for a regular birth. They monitored his heart rate, and his heart rate was great. There was nothing that let us know that he was in distress at all.
Yeah.
So he was fine.
So it's just a blessing to hear the heartbeat, though.
He came out fine, and he was fine. I was fine. They didn't have to suction any meconium or anything out of his mouth.
So this is my sister Greta coming to visit us. Do you think this will change me, having a boy?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah? What do you think I'm going to change?
You're probably going to find some fears that you didn't know you had. And
Okay, that was an opportunity for her to say diapers, but okay.
Film me. Film
if
me.
I were Jordan,
Yes.
then yes.
He can change diapers.
Diapers.
Colors.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to change as much as all that as far as atmosphere goes.
What do you feel like the Lord taught us through this?
The prayers that were prayed over me had, most of them had to do with not fearing and taking courage. My niece, for my baby shower, drew me out this little picture that said courage, 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 courage. And so I had that taped to my wall the last few months. It was not easy, and it wasn't pain-free. But God got me through it again. And I think the biggest thing was that He wanted me to take courage and trust Him.
I think for me it was more also just being reminded that He really is good and that He really is constantly out for the good of us as children. Just being reminded to remember to trust better than I do that God is good. So we're excited to have this little guy in our house, more than thankful.
He was 9 pounds, 14 ounces, and he was 21 inches long. I don't know all the other measurements, like his head and stuff. I don't remember what they said about that, but
It's about this big, and his eyes are right there. Let's see, Natalie, are you wearing a crown today?
Yes.
Very nice.
Looks like it looks like it's pigtails to the ground.
So I'm sorry if we were kind of low key on this video. We are, like I say, we're We're recovering from having a baby, and we're also recovering from sickness at the same time. We are excited to get back to the Jordan Michael Tuesdays show soon. We got a contest that's coming up I'm excited to tell you about. So I'll announce that next week. But also, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort to make the show. If you would like to help support it, then we would love that. You can go to our Patreon account, or you can go to PayPal and do a one-time gift. And I thank you for your support and believing in what we're doing. But stay tuned to hear about that contest. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see you next time on the Jordan Michael Tuesday Show.